Welcome back, everybody. You know, if you love a good challenge, and who doesn't,
Yes.
then we've got just the thing for you. It's called IQ Escape.
It's an escape room experience for you and a group of friends. Now, if you haven't heard of escape rooms, they started in Japan in 2006, and this is a growing trend all across the U.S. Typically, a group of players, they're given a challenge, and then they're locked in a room for 1 hour to gather clues and try to solve the problem to escape the room. Now, the newest escape room in Pittsburgh is called IQ Escape, and it's the first escape room in Pittsburgh to offer Generation 2 games with multiple rooms for each quest, electronic sensors and lasers, all in a movie-like setting. And here to explain further and tell us about a college scholarship offer for one lucky player is IQ Escape co-owner Eric Lloyd. Great to have you here.
Thank you guys for having me.
Good to have you here. Yeah, you know, you're a Pittsburgh native. A guy who was working very successful in the financial field, and all of a sudden you decide that you want to do this new thing that started in Japan just 10 years ago.
That is correct.
What were you thinking?
It's a pretty odd story as well. So I started dating a girl. Her identical twin sister is married to the guy that opened the first escape room in Pittsburgh.
Wow.
It's in Greenfield. And you know, obviously I became close with him. I've been with Melissa for 2 years, and we just kind of got talking, and I started it. Corey ended up coming on as an investor, and that's kind of how we've got here.
And here you are.
Yeah.
Well, this is such a cool idea, but a lot of people, they're still relatively new. So for someone who's never done it, walk us through, like, what happens when we get there?
So I guess the first thing is, and I will say all escape rooms are fun. So I would, you know what I mean, I would check out everybody in Pittsburgh or anywhere you are. We kind of took a different approach to it. The objective is not to get out of a locked room, and we try, you know, as hard as we can to eliminate any padlocks or keys. Our games are more mission driven. So as an example, in our Stealing Mona game, we start
stealing the Mona Lisa.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. So we start you in an alleyway that we tried to make look as best we could like an alleyway in Paris at night, fiber optic stars on the ceiling. And then you go from the alleyway to the mechanical room to the museum, and then ultimately into the restoration vault. So,
and it starts with a video, right?
That's correct, yeah. We actually, everyone should check it out. Ben Karpansky.
We have the video.
Okay, yeah.
There we go. Got some of that. There it is.
And Ben actually just graduated from North Allegheny. He's going to Point Park on a full ride, and Ben did both trailers for us.
Oh, very nice.
So yeah, we wanted to make it more as though you're immersed in a movie than just purely escaping a room.
So you watch this, and this kind of sets up your challenge.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then is part of the challenge to not only get in to the room, but also to achieve an objective while you're there and then get out?
That would be correct for probably 95 to 99% of escape rooms, not at ours. So the doors are unlocked at all times. If you steal the Mona Lisa or you create the antidote, you've won.
Oh, okay.
I see. So it depends on what the challenge is. So what kind of games or what kind of things do you have to figure out to get to the end?
So as an example, in Stealing Mona, when you get into the museum, which I think we saw on the video, there's 4 pedestals. Each pedestal has the name of a sculpture and the name of an artist. And everything in our games are 100% authentic. So down to the centimeter, the paintings are replicas from the Louvre. But so there's, a poem that says, from Italy to Greece, the present to the past, if you seek Mona, Egypt must be last. So from that poem, you need to identify the correct sculptures and then also the sequence that they need to be placed on the pedestal.
Oh, I see, like the Sphinx and whatever.
Right, I think it's a lot, kind of like National Treasure, I would say lines up with our Mona game, and then Contagion is a little bit different. It's very linear, you know what I mean? We had a woman from the CDC review it.
Yeah, we were looking at video. It looked like chemical type of
Right. We wanted it to look like a clean lab at the CDC, and we made sure that all the science within the game, is authentic. With that said, you certainly don't have to be a virologist to play the game. The information's always available.
Now, you're always looking for new games, so you've got a scholarship opportunity. Tell us about that.
College scholarship.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've learned, because our games changed even from the time, it started with myself and Corey, and then obviously we added members to our team, and the more people involved, the better the games become. Everybody has different ideas. So we came up with the idea that if a high school student comes and plays one of our games, they can pick up a submission form. And they send in their idea for a new game. And really when you design a game, it's kind of like writing a screenplay. You know what I mean? So, and then at the end of every semester, whoever has the best idea, and we'll keep it listed on our website, kind of like a Sports Center top 10, but we're going to give a $2,500 college scholarship each semester to a high school kid.
Fantastic.
Nice. Yeah.
Thank you.
And you're hooked up with a charity too, is that right?
Well, we're not directly linked to a charity, but what we do
a
is
nonprofit.
Right. So what we would like to do, and what we've been kind of doing as much as possible, is we're closed Monday and Tuesdays for corporate events, because we actually have a separate space at the facility that companies can rent to do continuing ed trainings, 70-inch flat screen whiteboards. But in the event that we don't have a corporate event already booked, we would open our doors on a Monday or Tuesday to any charity, and donate 100% of the proceeds that they raise on that day.
Good
Very
stuff,
nice.
Eric. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Folks, you can check out the IQ Escape in the North Hills. It's located on McKnight Road inside the Ross Shops. Look for more details at kdka.com/PTS.